Who doesn't need a quick laugh to go along with some food for thought? Hello, I'm Dan Hill, the host of Scrambled Eggs Tips and Tactics for Tackling Tough Business Problems. Today's guest is Maya Hujan. She is the author of Saving Face How to Preserve Dignity and Build Trust. She is the founder and president of Global Leadership Associates and the co author of Global Leadership The Next Generation. Maya, I've given you 5 terms and the diabolical definition for each for my new book, Blah, 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 A Snarky Guide to Office Lingo. There's a little truth in every joke. Of these 5 options, which one have you chosen and why is it your favorite?
Hi, Dan.
Hello
Very
there.
nice to be here. Hi. Well, when I read through those five different terms, that I have to say that I most identify with rank and yank. Okay,
Okay.
because I have some experience in having to sink or swim. Okay,
Okay.
so when on vacation a few years ago, I was floating down a part of the Colorado River in an inner tube. Okay, so I was already nervous because I don't swim, so I was
That would
wearing
be a
this
problem.
life vest and all that. Yeah, but at one point I got stuck. I was stuck into this whirlpool, and I just went wrong and wrong and wrong, and I couldn't get out of it. So at one point, I just started getting really nervous, and I started calling people to help me. So there were other people floating by, and there was a tour guide. So I started saying, "Help! Help! Help!" And one guy, it was actually a tour guide, that he saw me struggling. So then he calmly shouted back, "Stand up!" And the whirlpool was only 2 feet tall, two feet deep,
Deep,
right, of
sure.
water. So I walk out of the whirlpool a little embarrassed. I feel like I lost face, and I was also thankful not too many people were watching. But then I also learned a very valuable lesson, right? Before you decide whether you to sink or swim, maybe you need to see if you can first stand on your own 2 feet.
Sure, and make it. So, just for listeners, rank and yank, the definition in the book is the sequel to Jaws, specifically the scene in which the mayor of Amity insists it's safe to go back into the water. So let's now go to a term from your book, Saving Face. What's a key term for you, and why is it so important?
Wow. Yes. The book Saving Face is, as you can see, that the key word here is face, right? So face is a universal concept beyond its origin in Asia. So the concept of face permeates all levels of social and business interactions. So it speaks to the common human desire to be accepted and respected. So when you hear the term, it's not about the money. The real issue is often about face. Because I am an executive coach and author, I have coached and worked with thousands of leaders around the world. And I have learned so much about their success and also their challenges. Okay? And the most consistent characteristics that's missing in nearly all of those interactions and challenges is how people interact and treat each other. So I've shared with the leaders a concept that resonated with leaders at all levels and is so essential to their leadership. But it's also counterintuitive sometimes. And it's the concept of face.
Sure. Well, I think as William James, the philosopher, said, what we most want in life is to be appreciated. So we want to have self-respect. We want to be respected by others. That's how you build trust. That's how you build effectiveness between people. Makes a lot of sense to me. So in terms of face and saving face, do you have a top tip from your many years and multicultural experience to share with us?
Yes, absolutely. But I think that let's start by defining what face means.
Okay.
Right? So, face represents one's self esteem, self worth, identity, reputation, status, pride, and dignity. So, that's a lot, right? That's about someone's inside and out, how they perceive themselves, and also how others perceive them. Okay, and so face is I like to think as our new social currency. So what do I mean by that? Right, the more face you have, the easier and faster you can get things done. So then imagine, okay, so how we build a supply of faith with someone by continuously making that deposit. Now we build trust, we express gratitude and appreciation, and we compliment them and recognize people for their contributions, both in public and in private. Or we empathize. We're putting ourselves in their place to understand their challenges. We give people equal time, give people their voice equal time and weight. Okay, so when we need to make a withdrawal, we're careful not to make somebody lose face. For example, we provide feedback in a way that save face and preserve dignity for the other person. And if we mistakenly cause them to lose face, the relationship can still be saved if there are enough deposit to cover the withdrawal. Okay.
Sure. And I imagine there's sometimes a run on the bank if you have embarrassed someone terribly, and the withdrawal can be rather large.
Exactly. But then if you're continuously making that deposit, right?
Then you're in good shape.
It's like you have this overdraft protection. Right?
And no penalty or fee from the bank. Okay.
That's right. Hopefully not, right? Because you know that then the other person give you benefit of doubt and say, you know what? I know Maya didn't mean that. Didn't mean anything harm. And we have that long relationship, and I trust her, and I know that she didn't mean anything harm. So that if we continue to make that deposit, and then when you accidentally did something that can, embarrass the other person, they give you a free pass to say, okay, you're fine.
Okay, forgiveness is granted. Sounds good to me. Makes a lot of sense. I want to thank you, Maya. This has been episode number 10 of Scrambled Eggs with your host, Dan Hill, the author of Blah, 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 A Snarky Guide to Office Lingo.